what she said in the clip that we're going to play is like, yo, she ain't competing with anybody but herself. So who else is she going to study but herself?
Yeah.
She's been in the game long enough. Like, she pays homage to those who done it before her, but to make the experience the way she dreamt it, because she says, yo, I dreamed the whole performance before anything. So I have to make sure it's the way I saw it in my dreams, right? Mm-hmm. So for her to put that much pressure and to say, actually, let me just go to the clip. Let me not go give too much.
I'm competitive really with myself.
Right.
Honestly, like every time I start an album, I go and watch all of my performances and I try to figure out, okay, what is it that I could have done better or what worked? And really my references, I go back to myself and trying to better myself. So I'm really tough on me more so than anyone else. I'm not a competitive person that walks in thinking about other people and how I can compete with them, or especially not my husband.
Thoughts, Moose? Thoughts?
Serious business. Serious business. I want you to kick this one off, actually, because I think I want to see your viewpoint as someone who may not think like her, right?
I don't. I promise you.
Because I'm like, this is about the polar opposite of how you would normally see things. Talk to me about it from your standpoint real quick.
So for me, I almost wish I had that kind of vibe, because I need to find a motive to do certain things. I need to find certain things that will get me in that competitive mode, right? Where she finds that within, right? Now there's certain things that I'm like, yo, I just gotta get better within myself. So I challenge myself on certain things, but overall there's still kind of like an outside source for me to be that competitive drive. She's like, yeah, I ain't getting in the room to compete with nobody. Like I'm cool on y'all. We good. Like, but it's me. I'm competing. I'm the hardest one on myself. I'm studying everything that I'm doing. And so I can't even wrap my head how that could work for me. Cause I'm just like, nah, like I need to beat you. Like I need, like that doesn't make me sleep better at night. Like, it's about me and I'm just gonna try to be a better me tomorrow. I can't do that. Like I gotta be like, nah, I'm beating this person tomorrow. Nah, I'm beating this stats tomorrow. Nah, that person didn't hit me up, so now I'm just gonna outshine them tomorrow. Like I'm just that way. Like I find a reason every single day. Don't get it twisted. It's not like there's days where I'm like, everything's fine, so yep, not gonna do anything. Don't feel competitive. I feel competitive every single day, right? It doesn't take much to trigger me. Doesn't take much at all. It could be a weird emoji and I'm out. It could be one word. Shout out to somebody who just said BS and I was done. I was like, yo, like, okay, I'm out here, right? So it doesn't take much to trigger me, but nothing triggers her and she still has that drive and competitiveness. I don't got no words. I ain't got no words. Yeah. I can't. I want to be like her. I want to be like her.
You know, I will be, I guess maybe the voice of reasoning on this and maybe share my perspective, but I will say that I resonate with a lot of what she's saying from the competition standpoint, because I must say that for me, it's not so much about competing against somebody else. It's always about making sure that I'm reaching new levels of my potential.
Okay.
And I'm never really satisfied with people's approval or acceptance, because I know my true potential. I know the standards that I can deliver to. And even if it meets the mark and I get amazing reviews, it's still very difficult and maybe I do a much better job of it now and moving on and saying, all right, get to the next thing, especially as the calendar fills up. You don't have much time to really analyze as much as you'd like to.
Right.
But I think from her perspective, as someone who has a similar viewpoint and thought about just how things go, you're not really basing your performance or what you're going to do based on what others are doing. You're more so reviewing your own potential, and you're saying, knowing myself as well as I do, because like when you analyze these air traffic controls and the way they think, if they say something to you and they mean it, know that they really mean it, because they've spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Yep.
That's one thing that we're not short on, regardless of how much time or lack thereof that we have. What we're going to say is going to be weighed out and very much calculated. So that standpoint, it's that potential, like operating and reaching levels of your potential, is so important. So yeah, I feel her on that. I know for you, it's like, what? Like,
Yeah,
you ain't got nobody, but no, I definitely feel it. I definitely feel it.